Hey everyone, hey, it's Monday, December 28th, and we've got an update on the President Trump has signed the relief bill in the middle of the night. And here's the outline of what's inside this bill, starting with the stimulus checks. Okay, the stimulus checks are going to come out in the form of direct payments. Those of you that had direct deposit set up before will be the first ones to get your stimulus check. The amount will be $600 for individuals making up to $75,000 a year, and $1,200 for couples making up to $150,000 in the 2019 tax year. Additional $600 payment going out for each individual child for each one of the above individuals. Next, let's go to the small business, the payroll protection program. This is huge for small businesses. An additional $284.5 billion is designated basically to reopen the PPP program for first and second time borrowers. The program will be extended till March 31st of 2021. Now, for those of you that got the first PPP loan and you're going to do a second draw, there's some new requirements. Okay, so the business has to be fewer than 300 employees. You have to have used or will use the full amount of the first PPP and can demonstrate a loss of 25% of gross receipts in any quarter during 2020 when compared to the same quarter in 2019. Next, basically requires a small business to be in operation on or before February 15th of 2020 and expands PPP eligibility to qualifying 501c6 nonprofits, destination marketing organizations, housing co-ops, local newspapers, TV, and radio broadcasters. That's new. Also, let's look at some of the covered expenses inside the PPP program. This time expands the list of eligible expenses to include covered operations, software, cloud computing, and other human resources and accounting needs. Property damage cost due to public disturbances that occurred during 2020 that are not covered by your insurance. Covered supplier cost and covered worker protection expenditures, the PPPs. So covered period for forgiveness, basically, if you borrow funds through the PPP, you can choose between an 8-week and 24 weeks prepayment. The loan terms, 2.5 times the average monthly payroll cost in 1 year prior to the loan or the calendar year, capped at $2 million. Restaurants and hotels are segmented out in this, can receive loans up to 3.5 times the average monthly payroll cost. And then also seasonal borrowers. So if you're a seasonal employer, you can calculate your maximum loan amount based on a 12-week period beginning February 15, 2019 to February 15th of 2020. Loan forgiveness. This is key because they're going to simplify this process. If you borrow for a second time, you're eligible for loan forgiveness equal to the sum of your payroll costs as well as covered mortgage, rent, and utility payments. Covered operation expenditures, covered property damage costs, supplier cost, and PPE for your workers. Again, it still has a 60-40 cost allocation between payroll and non-payroll cost to get full forgiveness. And it repeals the CARES Act provision that requires PPP borrowers to deduct the EIDL advance for their PPP loan forgiveness amount. That's key. Also, it simplifies the loan application and forgiveness, creates a simplified PPP loan forgiveness application for loans under $150,000. Tax treatment. Listen to this. This is powerful because this was a big sticking point in the PPP program. It clarifies that gross income does not include forgiven PPP loans. It otherwise allows you to deduct expenses paid with a forgiven PPP loan. You can now deduct what your expenses were. That was unheard of in the CARES Act. Same treatment for the second draw loans. Let's see what else might be in here. Provides that employers who receive loans still qualify for the ERTC with respect that wages are not paid with forgiven PPP loans. Okay. Oh, here's another big thing. For those of you that got the EIDL, which was the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, and remember, it was the one that paid up to $10,000, but ended up only paying out $1,000 per employee. There's $20 billion for new EIDL grants for small businesses in low-income communities, but it also creates a process for existing EIDL advanced grantees. So if you got the EIDL before and you received less than the $10,000, you can reapply for the difference between what you received and the maximum EIDL advanced grant of $10,000. That is huge. So anyways, folks, that's the updates right now. Stay tuned for any more updates on this program. I am sure there's going to be plenty of things going on with this as we move forward. Subscribe to the channel today. Hit that button and hit the notification bell to get future notifications. Have a great day.